What's up there, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. I don't even know what I'm going to name this video, but I'm going to just basically just start talking about what just happened to me in the last week. And I guess my experience is something that I can use as a teaching tool so that you all can learn from just basically, I guess, my experience and my interaction with people. And we'll see how it goes. Okay. So like I said, I don't know how I'm going to name this because it entails a lot of things, a lot of learning points here. Well, first of all, you all know that based on the interaction I had with a woman in my sister's church in Maryland, I decided to take her advice because it really hit home for me. I like when I get advice straight up with no chaser. She didn't, try to put any sugar on it. She gave it to me hard and rough. And I'm like, okay, got it. I know what I need to do. And I am so proud of myself. I have been coming into the gym consistently. Even if I miss some days, I miss them on purpose because, you got to let your body heal. It's a very humbling experience to go into the gym jacked, like you're ripped, you have a 6-pack, muscles, delts, biceps, everything like that. And you come in there and like you're overweight and it's obvious. People have never seen you like that before. And you just basically just own it. You're like, yeah, I let myself go. I've been going up and down with my weight, but nobody has been keeping me accountable for it. I had somebody do it in Maryland and now I'm in the process of searching for it now here in Georgia. Until it wears off, I'm here and I hope it will stay that way. And people that are gym rats that were like me, I used to be a gym rat, and they're connecting with me and they're talking with me. And it's so, in my eyes, it's so embarrassing to appear to them like this. You know what I'm saying? But they don't judge me. They understand it. I know what to do and I know how to, get the weight off and get back into, maybe I won't go as muscular as I was before, but I will definitely get back into somewhat of a toned state, physical state. So anyway, I love lifting weights. It's a joy. If I didn't have to do cardio, I could just spend the entire time lifting weights, but cardio is a must. And I hate cardio. I hate it. So I decided to basically be a mother to myself. Since I enjoy weightlifting, I just said that you can't go and weightlift until you lose 30 pounds. True story. I was like, you can't go and lift the weights because guys and girls, I can go and lift weights for 2 hours. And if I have to choose between another 30 minutes of lifting weights versus cardio, I would choose another 30 minutes of lifting weights. That's just how much I love it. I just love putting, what is that commercial from Planet Fitness? Pick things up and put them down, pick things up and put them down. I love doing that. Anyway, so I decided to do that. And so for the past week, actually consistently, minus me taking off some days to, heal from, the elliptical and the treadmill, I only come in and I go in there and I get on the elliptical or the treadmill, and then I come in, I go and I get in the sauna and I go home. That's all I do. That gives me enough time so I don't stay in the gym, because once upon a time I used to stay in the gym 4 to 5 hours. Seriously, I would do 2 hours of weightlifting, 1 hour of cardio, and then maybe 1 hour of sauna. If I'm at another place, it'll be sauna steam. So I can really, it's just like a part-time job. This time it's not. It's like 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours max of being in the gym. So go in there and do cardio. So while I'm on cardio, I'm standing, I'm walking on it, and I have people who have seen me before, like I said, and they come up and they're like, "Oh, you're back." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm back." You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a little heavier, but I'm don't worry. I know what to do to get it off. I've done it before. I'll do it again. So they're like, "Oh, we know you. We know you know how to do it." So they give me that encouragement, which makes me feel really good. So anyway, so I was on the treadmill, and this huge, gorgeous brother walk up to me. I've never seen him before, right? And like he comes up, he's like, "What's your name?" And I tell him my name, and he's like, "Wow." He's like, "You got a man?" And it shocked me. It was like when he said, "Do you have a man?" It's like one of those like, is he flirting with me? Am I getting flirted with before? Guys, I have been to the gym so many times. Like, it's part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, I'm in the gym. I can only count on 2 fingers being flirted with, like flat out flirted with. And for me to come into the gym, mind you, I have a hat on my head, no makeup on, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the treadmill, and this guy is flirting with me. And I didn't even answer him. He's like, "Do you have a man?" I didn't even answer him. I'm like, "Are you flirting with me?" You know, because I didn't know if he was playing a game or he was punking me or what. I did not know. So anyway, he was like, "Yeah." He was like, I saw you a couple of days ago." I was like, "Wow, she's tall." You know, it's rare that I see a tall women. And by the way, he's 6'6". Okay. So you have some tall men who prefer tall women, but they don't see us often. I totally can understand that because a lot of tall women kind of like to hide in the shadows. And you all know I tend to stay to myself most of the time. Anyway, so I was standing there and I was like talking with him. And long story short, you know, he's still flirting with me. And I'm like, Are you really interested in me? Seriously, dude, I look my worst. My nose has not completely healed from the staph infection I had, but I'm happy to say, believe it or not, ever since I've been working out, I don't know, I've been building up my immune system, but it has been really, really improving. So I should see my nose completely back to normal, within a couple of months or something like that. So I don't like to really give a time because if I end up stop working it out, then it's going to slow down the healing process. So we'll just see. I'm just going to take it one day at a time. But anyway, and I was like, I'm at my heaviest, you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, black men love big butts. So it's a lot back there. So, of course, he likes that. And I said, don't get used to all this weight. It's going to come down, dude. I'm at my unhappiest at the moment physically. So anyway, we exchanged numbers, and he's been sending me texts. I forgot about people when you meet them, they like to text you a lot. I'm not a type of texter unless it's business-wise, unless it has something to do with business. So with the whole, you know, good morning or thinking about you and how you, oh my God, I'm too busy for that. And 2, I'm like, really? Is that what they do today in today's age? By the way, this guy is a Generation X too. So he's not a millennial. So don't think I'm, you know, somebody who's a generation below me. He is a Generation X too as well. So this is the part I really want to talk about. So we've been talking on the phone, and we're going to go on a first date next week. But we've been talking on the phone to get to know each other. I want the ladies and the men to listen to me and understand that when you get got and somebody knows you enough to know how to play you, you brought it on yourself. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we've talked on the phone 5 times. And out of those 5 times, he has yet to ask me about and by the way, I don't volunteer information. Regardless who is pursuing me or who I am pursuing, I don't volunteer information, but I'm an open book. If you want to know about my parents, you got to ask me. If you want to know about my past, you got to ask me. If you want to know about my past relationship, you got to ask me. If you want to know anything about me, you got to ask me. I'm not going to volunteer that information. So the 5 times we have talked, I'm going to tell you the only thing he knows about me because he asked these questions, okay? He knows I don't have kids. He knows I don't want kids. He knows my dress size when I'm in shape. He asked me. He just asked me. He was like, well, you know, what size are you trying to get to? I said, well, when I'm in shape, I'm anywhere from a size 10 to a size 12, because I'm 6'3". So he knows that because he asked that. Okay. He didn't ask me what I do for a living. He didn't ask me about my job or anything like that. He asked me where I lived and what area I lived in, how long I've been going to the gym, and where I am originally from, because he can hear somewhat of an accent that's not really to the south, and that's it. That's it. Okay. Now, when I talk to him, let me tell you everything I know about this guy, right? I know that he's been divorced. I know how many kids he has. I know how old their kids are. I know what he does for a living. I know how long he's been doing it for a living. I know where he lives. I know what type of cars he has. I know how many cars he has. I know that his dad passed away when he was young and his mom is his best friend. I understand he has 2 sisters. I understand that his other brother was shot by a drive-by. I mean, what? Let's see. I understand where he originally was born and raised. I know what military branch he is a reserve of. I think he's going to be retiring soon. But I know he was in the military. I know what branch of military he was in. I know how long he was active duty. I know so much about this guy. Why? Because I asked all the questions, and he was an open book. And he even volunteered some stuff. And he asked me he was just giving me just an open book. And let me tell you something. When someone loves to talk about themselves, I will sit back and shut up and listen. I'll let you tell me everything you want to tell me. And I will remember it. And I won't forget either. Okay? So it made me think, and so we had a conversation today too. And so once again, I'm saying to myself, this guy doesn't know me. Now, does it matter? No. Let me just tell you from my point of view, I have no intentions of getting into a serious relationship. I tried to hint at that today, by saying, hey, I have no intentions on staying in Georgia. I want to get out and live somewhere else, and but I can't do anything until I finish my house, blah blah blah, this and the other. And he was like, that's cool, yeah. He said, but you got to be careful, because and he picked Florida for some reason, which is a good thing to pick, because that was on my list, but not anymore. And so we were talking about Florida, and then we ventured off into the party scene in Florida and how that repulsed him. And the thing about he and I have in common is he doesn't like a group of people. Like, I don't like a group of people. And maybe that's a tall person thing, when you're really, really tall. And with him, he's tall and muscular. People gravitate to you. And so after a while, as you get older, you kind of get sick of it, and you kind of you want to be away from people. You want to go somewhere where you're not bothered. And so maybe that's just the curse. It's a blessing and a curse to be tall. And so when he said that, I totally got it. But the thing about it is that I looked at this and said that he really doesn't know much about me. And so when I think about people who get into relationships, and like I said, I just want to put that out there, that I have no intentions, none of doing anything serious. This was, I welcomed the companionship, but this is, I know what I'm in. I know my objective. I know my intentions. I know what I'm in this for, and I know it has a timeline. I don't know what he thinks this is. I hope he doesn't think it, because I don't think he ever asked me, but maybe, I don't know. The fact that he doesn't ask me a lot of questions is amazing as well. And it makes me think about these men. So I had to bring it back to you guys. It makes me think about these men who have children with women who are mentally unstable. It makes me think about these women that these men partner up with, and they do crazy things to them. or they just snap on them, or they just wow out, or they just do something unexpected, and then the guys want to join. MGTOW, MGTOW, and I'm like, it's your fault, okay? It's your fault. This guy could be asking me all kinds of questions to see what type of mentality I have. He doesn't even know I'm a conservative. He never even asked me that. He doesn't know anything about me. Okay? Guess what? He's not an atheist. He says he's religious, but he's not religious, but spiritual. I don't know what that means. Okay, you're not religious, but spiritual. Okay, that's fine. But he never asked me, like, what is your religion, or are you religious? He never asked me any of these things. And I think maybe he's only interested in, the horizontal mumbo, and that's fine. I mean, if that's the case, that's cool. Believe it or not, that's so cool. But the thing about it is that when you guys get with women and you're so caught up in the physical and you're so caught up in the materialistic things, or excuse me, that's the women, materialistic things. You're so caught up in the outer appearance, you don't ask questions. This is why I always blame you for the choices you make, for the women you pick, and then they betray you or they do something evil to you because you're not smart enough to ask questions. You're not smart enough to look at to watch their method, to see how they react. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a texter. I'm not that kind of, let me send some emojis and this and that. That's not me. Okay? And so he's not really taking a hint that, hey, I'm not that type of texter person. You know what I'm saying? I will send basic information and that's it. But to send all these emojis and thinking about you, miss you, that's not me. And I think he finally caught on to that. But you guys are not, you're oblivious to obvious signs. Women can be, we as women can be a little manipulative, but we're not that best an actress. And to me, personally, I'm too transparent. I'm too transparent for anyone. I'm too transparent for anyone to sit up here and think that that I can hide something from you. Now, it's easy for me to hide something from you because you don't ask me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't volunteer that information. But other than that, it's crazy. So, when you meet someone, this goes to men and women, what questions do you ask? How come in this situation, I know basically everything about this guy. You know what I'm saying? And he knows very, 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 very little of me. And I'm real good at keeping secrets. But like I said, if you don't ask me a question, I'm not going to volunteer the answer. And I think this is a habit that's been going on with men in general. Okay, I think men, and I gotta say men, because I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say something that's sexist, and maybe you're going to find it sexist, but I believe that women are really good at asking questions to see what type of guy they're going to deal with and what category they're going to put them in. When I meet, like, this guy just straight up flirted with me in the gym, okay? As far as putting him in a long-term relationship category, that's never an option. Why? Because I have no intentions on staying in Georgia, okay? So then you got the other two options. Well, you got three options. You got strictly friend. You got companion, short-term companion, okay? Or you just got, and the short-term companion includes sex. And then you got just sex, just the booty call. He's just there for sex. That's all he is there for. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so those are the categories that he will be placed into. We have not this. Because the woman is normally the one who runs the show, unless she's submissive. Normally women will dictate how the situation will flow and the relationship will flow. So as of right now, I haven't decided what category I will put him in. I have a funny feeling what category he's putting me in. He's putting me in the companion category. Okay. I already found it out. So we'll see if that works, but I don't know. But why is it that men don't ask questions? I guess that's the question I want to put out there to you guys. You always want to cry about how women did this to you, women do that to you. But I'm sorry, after this experience, and I have been out of the dating pool for several years now. I left my beloved boyfriend / fiance in Germany. When I came back, went through a depression of actually not having him in my life anymore because he doesn't want to come to America. And excuse me. And now I just want to see. I wasn't looking for this guy. He came into my life, and here he is. So there you have it. And so with me finding someone out of chance, it makes me realize, and then all of a sudden just observing the interactions between him and I, it made me realize, wow, man, guys are really not that smart. You really do not. I don't know. Is it because of the age? It can't be the age, because he's Generation X. He's 10 years older than me. No, not. Yeah. He's 10 years older than me. He's 10 years older than me. Okay. And he only been married once. And she was a high school sweetheart. And I'm not going to go into why that didn't work, but I totally don't blame him for getting a divorce. No, totally don't. I totally don't blame him for that. But basically now it's like, okay, well, how come you guys don't ask the questions from these women that you get involved with, and then all of a sudden it's too late? You're so caught up in it that you're too afraid to ask questions, and next thing you know, you make her mad, you double cross her, you do something wrong in her eyes. You know what I'm saying? You in the group meeting online for MGTOW. I said men are so easy. You guys are really, really, really easy. And this is the reason why you're easy. To sit up here and not ask questions, that's just dumb. That's just dumb. You should always know who you're dealing with. But then again, maybe, I don't know. Is it the current climate? Do you think you can find out what about a person by looking online? Because let me just tell you something. I could give him my real name, and he does know my first real name. But even if he knows my last real name, it's not searchable. Okay? He's not going to come up with anything. It's not going to be connected to no Instagram, no Facebook, no Twitter, no nothing. So now what? You see what I'm saying? Now what? And then when I tell you I don't have a Twitter, which I don't. When I don't tell you I don't have no Instagram, which I really don't. Then what? Facebook? No. Why would I tell you my group's and I don't really have a personal Facebook. I have a Facebook group, the Treehouse News. So I'm not really searchable. So how you think you're going to find out anything about me any other way? It's amazing you guys are. You guys cease to amaze me with your laziness. And this is why I have no sympathy for you when you hook up with these crazy women who just run all over you or do some evil things to you, because it's your fault. This right here is just is proof how it's your fault. It's your fault. Now in conclusion, I have no intentions on doing anything ill to this brother at all. None whatsoever. No ill will whatsoever. I don't have any bad intentions. But if I did, I got the blueprint. Do you understand that? If I wanted to do something bad, I have the blueprint. I know how to work them. But I have no interest in doing any of that. So tell me what you think. Like, what's going on with you guys? Why is it that you won't ask questions? Why is it that you won't try to get to know the women that you are physically attracted to for whatever reason? And then when you find out that she was always this way because you didn't ask the questions, you didn't do your due diligence, you know what I'm saying? Who's to blame? Is it her or you? My thing is, it's going to be you. All right, this is Tree from treeoflogic.com. I know this is a long one, but I will talk to you all next time. And I will upload a video tomorrow in reference to the questions from yesterday. All right, later, taters.